Robe, South Australia. One of the most iconic four-wheel drive destinations. What's not to love about this place? A four-wheel drive paradise. Beautiful camping, wild fishing and unbeatable sand dunes.
I see the big board.
Sometimes it doesn't always go to plan. Robe to Beachport 2024. It's back 365 days since we last been here. I mean, it's a bit cloudy at the moment. Hopefully the sun is a bit comes out a little bit later on in the week. But conditions, how are they?
Oh, it looks nice. The water's nice and flat. We've got the jet skis this time, so we're hoping to get them out a little bit. And we've got the fishing boat. So we've got some really cool plans and should be heaps of fun.
We got lots of boogie boards this time, so we'll definitely be hitting some dunes. Well, mate, speaking of last year versus this year, guess who's back again? We've still got Benny, Dave. Who else have we got on the trip?
We've got Evan in the Triton.
Yep.
Well, Evan and James in the Triton.
Yep.
Finn in the Triton. Darcy in the Hilux. Michael in the Jeep.
And Dylan in the 105, mate.
Dylan in the 105.
So we got a pretty good crew, 7 cars all around. So let's hope they make it from Robe to Beachport.
Yes.
Well, mates, looking in that mirror there, we got a couple of familiar cars in the convoy.
We're checking with Dave.
Checking with Dave. Right, Dave, how's it going, mate? 2024, we're at Robe. Excited?
Yeah, mate, can't wait. It's absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing last year, and I can't wait to see what this year has in store. So can't wait.
That's so good. And you've done that hammerrock in the mirror there. Looks a bit different. What have you done this year to make it drive better on the sand?
I've put new tyres on it, so I've gone with the Falcon Wild Peak All-Terrains, 32-inch tyres, so that I can get a lot more deflation out of them, so I can have a lot more traction. And now it's a little bit taller. I put an 1.5 Ironman lift as well as side steps on it, so she's a bit more capable than last year. Hopefully the bog count's a bit less.
Nice, mate, nice. That's really good, isn't it? He's done a couple of mods since last year, and he's sort of, that's the good thing about using your four-wheel drive before you just do all the stuff to it, because you find out what you need. Like last year, Dave was getting hung up and bogged, so he's gone for tyres and suspension.
Yeah,
so that's good.
This year he should have a lot more fun, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Benny, you're second there in the convoy. How are you feeling on this trip?
Yeah, coming into this trip, feeling pretty confident. I mean, last year I went pretty well. I've got a couple of new things on my car now to help me out, and yeah, I'm really excited. Should have lots of fun.
Yeah, nice. And I mean, it's a bit sunny at the moment. How's that awning coming on? 23.0?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm happy. I got this new, I got the 270-degree awning. So, especially on these sunny days, we'll get lots of shade, lots of cover. It's real easy to set up, and so that's definitely a big game changer for me, just to have that.
Yeah, nice, mate. And that bull bar's looking pretty fresh on the front of the car there, and you got a winch as well, so that might come in handy too.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have to be using it, but it certainly help us out a lot if we get stuck in this soft sand.
Nice, guys. Well, I reckon let's punt along the beach and
meet up with the rest of the crew.
Meet up with the rest of the crew. Have a good adventure, guys. See you at the end. After we catch up with the whole crew, we get straight into the tracks. Today, we're out on the inland dunes, showing the other boys how much fun sand driving can be. It takes a few goes, but the boys are soon getting the hang of it. Once again, Kean's leading the convoy in his D22 Navara. It's set up quite differently from last time. He's fitted out his canopy, attached an awning and a roof rack setup. Our first stop is at the top of a big dune where everyone is keen to get out the boogie boards. It's been a year since we were here last, so it takes Kean another go to get up the dune, but with a bit of right boot, he's straight up and over. Darcy can't wait to go dune driving, and he's straight up. Nice drive, mate. Benny is struggling in everyone else's ruts, so he's opted for the bypass line. Finn's Triton's pretty stock, so he chooses the bypass line too. Dylan gives it a crack in the big 105, but is unsuccessful. Evan gives the big dune a red hot crack. Good momentum, but eased off the throttle ever so slightly. Have another go, mate.
Oh! Yes!
And another. Yeah, that's it. Nice drive, mate. Dave is up next in the mighty Amarok. He nearly makes it up, but everyone else has chewed up the sand, so it's making it harder for Dave. After nearly getting bogged, Dave guides the Amarok up the bypass line, which is also known as the chicken track. And what goes up must come down. Everyone is getting the first taste of their soft sand dunes, and they're absolutely frothing.
Yeah, it does. I see him. I've seen him before.
As the sun starts to set on what is a cracking first day, we head up to the beach to Norakarina and Era before heading back to camp. The boys haven't stopped talking about fishing since we arrived, so hopefully there's some fish on the plate tonight.
Beachport, or just out of Beachport, South End, and we're surf fishing on the incoming tide, and we're trying to cast our lures out just over the breakers. That's where we'll probably get some salmon, might even get a dusky flathead or something like that as well. So on the incoming tide is the best time to fish, and it's about, what is it, about 9 o'clock now, close to. So here's hoping we get a fish or two. Using the Helco lures, they're dynamite for salmon. When you're surf fishing for salmon, the best thing to do is keep your lure active all the time, keep it moving, keep it fast. You can jerk it a little bit if you want to, because they're attracted to the light. And on all Helco lures, they've got a really good here, I'll show you. On the actual lure itself, it's got a really nice glitter. So that really attracts the fish, and is, as I said, it's absolutely dynamite for salmon. So that's our target species for tonight.
As it starts to get darker and the clouds roll in, we haven't had any bites, so it's time to call it and see how we go tomorrow. The next day, we're out bright and early on the fishing boat with James, Darcy, Luca and George to see if we can land any fish. Doesn't take long and Luca is on.
All right, we've got the barracuda. Luca was able to bring in the barra. It's not an eating fish, predator of the sea. And, we're cutting it up and using it as bait. Hopefully we can lure some gummy shark. Might get excited by some fresh barracuda. Alright, we're on the move again. We had the barracuda earlier on that spot and we may have scared away the snapper. So we're going to sound around a little bit and see if we can find a better spot. See if we can have a little bit more luck and grab one of the pinkies.
Darcy, how do you feel after that massive catch?
Oh mate, pretty sore. I'm reckon I'm going to need him sergeant and misses later on. But yeah, he gave up good fight. Oh, that's
It looks like George is on, but all he has caught is a bit of seaweed off the reef.
We've just come in about 500 metres to a kilometre offshore. We've come in from going further out. We pulled up trying to find some weed grounds. We're in about 5.5, 6 metres of water, trying to find some whiting and even potentially a gummy. So I think this will be our last stop for the day and we'll see what we can do.
We try this new spot and are unsuccessful, so it's time to head back in and make our way back to camp. The next morning, we're up bright and early, and are soon on the blacktop, destined for Robe. If you ever get the chance, folks, come and check out this amazing town. Full of historical culture, beautiful buildings, and a stunning coastline. My favourite thing about the town is the vibe. All of these little shops have been now renovated into cafes, restaurants, clothing stores, bookstores, and other general shops. We spend a few hours looking around before grabbing a banh mi for lunch. This building, situated on the main street, was one of the first stores and residencies of this great town. This place has so much to see, and that's why people keep coming back year after year. Boys, 2024, we're at Robe.
Yes.
How's it going?
Very well, very excited. It's going to be a good trip, good plans in place, so I can't wait.
Nice and sunny weather today. Benny, where are we heading today?
Yeah, we're just headed up to Robe, down from the south end where we were staying. We went down to the main street, did a bit of shopping, got some lunch, and now we're just deflating our tyres and about to head up on the tracks up on the beach and have some fun.
Head down to Beachport, cover a bit of inland tracks, bit of beach driving as well. So lots on offer. We got 6 cars this time, so
Twice as many as last time.
Twice as many as last time. I reckon it's going to be a good drive.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun.
As always, we start by airing up and attaching the sand flags before we hit the tracks.
I'm going 14 front and back because I've been using the past few days. It's been working really well, so no need to change something that's broke, okay?
Ben has installed an EVC throttle controller. He has it set to economy mode 4, which dampens the throttle response, making it easier to control your wheel speed on these soft tracks. Darcy has come to a stop and put his gearbox into low range 4th gear, where he can maintain his speed, but it brings up the revs for smoother control. Dave's new suspension and tyre package means he is able to get a lot more tyre surface on the sand, and with the lift means he isn't getting as hung up as last time. Let's hope he can stay off the bog count.
Whoa. You okay? Yeah.
Reckon low range or?
No, that was easy in high range.
Our first obstacle is a soft hill climb with some alternating ruts. Let's hope these boys don't get stuck. Kean's got a fulcrum 2-inch lift installed this time around, and with constant load springs for his canopy. This suspension keeps the vehicle up high, avoiding the ruts. Nice drive, mate. Ben and the big Range are up next, and I think they won't have any trouble with this one. Darcy guides the N70 Hilux spectacularly up the hill climb. Michael gets hung up on his chassis a couple of times, then learns that right foot means go and plants it to make it up. Now you may have noticed that I've been using a bit of slow motion with everyone else, but no need to for Dave, because he loves to protect his equipment. Dave's taking it slow, and he does it in style. Alright Dave, what was your method there, mate?
So we're coming up that. Some of the others were going in high range, full drive, but I find whenever you do something like that, you run out of your momentum, and in high range you lose all your torque. So when I was coming up there, I was in second gear, low range, and we slowed down, lost a bit of momentum, but just had the torque to get us up over the hill. So it went well.
Evan shows us that even a stock Triton can make it up. Nice drive, mate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bog count for 2024. This year, things are going to look a little bit different, but more on that later. With 6 cars on the tracks this year, the bog count will hopefully see more people in sticky situations. Here are your drivers. Unfortunately, Dylan has had some alternator issues with the big 105 series Land Cruiser, therefore will be unable to complete the annual Robe to Beachport trip. Michael is starting us off strong with a score of 1. Everyone else remains on 0. Michael didn't really get bogged, but he didn't make it up the first go like everyone else. Hopefully this isn't a trend throughout today's drive. Best of luck, boys. Many sections of the Robe to Beachport track alternate from inland to beach driving. We punted up the beach to the next section of tracks. This weather just can't get any better. The sky's blue, the water's blue and crystal clear. How bloody good. Not everything is good though, because up ahead, Michael seems to be a bit bogged. What happened, mate?
Had no clearance, buried the diff. Low speed equals get bogged.
Having a thin sidewall and no lift means that Michael has to try harder not to get stuck. But sometimes this sand is so soft that it's so easy to bury yourself down to the chassis. We hook up the snatch and pull him out so he can have another crack. Bogging down, so Michael decides to give it another crack, this time with a bigger runner. That's it, mate. Nice drive. I wonder how much sand you'll end up with inside the car though. Eva's recovery service makes its way up and over and joins the rest of the convoy.
Bastard, Benny, you bastard.
Well folks, I didn't think that we would be counting bogs this quickly, but there is another 2 points on the board for that Jeep. The other boys are driving really well this year. With added modifications, their beach driving skills have improved significantly. As Evan nearly gets bogged, we discover it's way worse up ahead. As we have come out onto the beach, it appears that 3 cars are in the bog, trying to help each other out and save their vehicles from the incoming tide. We quickly jump in to assist, hook up winches, snatch straps and max tracks to help get these boys out. Most of these guys haven't even lowered their tyres. Along with the extra soft sand and angle of the beach, it's making it really tricky for us to pull them out. Darcy's winch does most of the work, and then it is out with the max tracks to help get these fellas up and onto the hard sand. As you can see, everyone's lending a hand in this hot sun. Now onto the 80 series. He's in a better position, so we dig him out a bit, and then we let the max tracks do the rest of the work. After we dig out the sand, which is up to the chassis, it is out with the winch to try and pull him out. We reset the max tracks and it's time for another go. Due to the steep angle of the beach, the big 105 is pulling the Luxie down into the sand. So we put some max tracks under the front wheels to help keep the nose of the car up, and then anchor the Hilux to Ben's Ranger also.
Righto, so we just recovered, we're in the stage of recovering a 100 series. We've got an 80 out and a 90 series out. So just hooked up the winch. It's had to be repositioned a couple of times. As you can see, it's super soft. Old mate doesn't have a tyre deflator, so it's making it a bit hard because it's still on road pressures, which is not really ideal for the sand. He was down there in the beach. A wave came up and just swept him and got him. Had to dig a bit out, but hopefully with this winch, we'll just be able to pop him up and then we'll be right.
Once we got the 105 closer, Darcy turns the car around and goes for a snatch instead. Old mate's accelerating too much. All he needs to do is just keep the car idling in reverse, because as soon as he spins those wheels, the car digs itself into the deeper sand. What's great about the 4-wheel drive community is that everyone supports each other and are always willing to lend a hand.
Righto, so we just snatched him out. About 10 different goes to get him out. Still on road road PSI, 40 PSI. So it wasn't really working for him. Let's just come over this way. Ladies, what do you reckon of that recovery? No comment? Billy?
We deserve a slab.
Oh yeah, I think it's more than one slab. Grace, what do you think?
Maybe 2 slabs.
Maybe 2 slabs. Maybe 2 slabs is the all-round thingo. I don't know what the word is. Consensus. Thank you. For the person who didn't say anything,
Consensus.
consensus is the correct word. Right, so we just come over where Benny rolled nearly about a year ago. Sort of nearly rolled over. Come around the corner, and what do we have? We have nothing frightens a Triton except for low range. So, if you see there, that's called flex there in the back, but it's also called getting bogged. So what we're going to do is connect the snatch strap up to him, up to the big Ranger. It's going to show us some forward power and get him out of the bog. So get that up, yeah.
It isn't long before the strap is connected and Ben's pulling the Triton out. That throttle controller is really working for Ben. He hasn't been in low range this whole trip because he can dial in the response for each obstacle, really tailoring the drive each time. That control is second to none. Great work, mate. With all of this recovering, it is starting to get a bit late in the day, so Michael and Darcy head back to camp while the rest of us crack on.
Coming around the corner, we come down the hill, we hear the tyres bubbling a bit. 2 flats, and it's adding to the bog count.
I think it'll be the flat tyre count because it's 3 now.
Yeah, three off the bead, but it was from nothing.
Yeah, sure, mate. There's one. And you call that nothing. That's 3 points on the board for Evan and James. With Kean, Ben, and surprisingly Dave, still on 0 bogs. After that debacle, Evan too decides that it's time to head back to camp, meaning it's up to Ben, Kean and Dave to complete the infamous Robe to Beachport track.
Pretty good.
After the boys successfully make it back onto the beach for the last time, it's time to make our way back to camp and reflect on what has been an awesome time completing the Robe to Beachport journey. Welcome back to the bog count for 2024. Dave, mate, unfortunately you have landed a spot on the board. So close yet so far. And that's a wrap for the bog count from 2024. Let's see how you fellas go next year, eh?
Alright guys, so it's our last night in Southend and we thought we'd cook up some lamb souvlakis. We've got most of the ingredients we need, although we're missing the tzatziki, but we've got garlic aioli to replace it. But it should be enough to make a pretty tasty meal. But yeah, so we've got the souvlaki bread and we've got some boneless butterflied lamb, and we're going to chop that up, put it in the pan. We're going to put a bit of oil in the pan and roast these up, and then we're going to cut up some red onion, some tomatoes, and some lettuce from 3 nights ago. But yeah, it should be pretty tasty. Just going to preheat the pan here. And start cutting up some of this. Alright, we're going to chop up some lamb. These are just nice little strips. Well, as nice as we can get them at least. Gosh. There's a lot of lamb here. Alright, so I've just finished cutting up all the lamb. I'm just going to chuck it on the hot plate, or the saucepan, and cook that up. And while we've got this cooking, I'm going to start on heating up the souvlaki breads and getting that a nice golden colour. Alright guys, so now that the meat is on the cook, we're going to start cutting up the veggies, or just the tomatoes and the onions at least.
Righto mate, big day out on the sand. What's for tea?
We're having souvlakis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Just cutting up the onion. What else you got? Tomatoes. I won't have that. That's too healthy for me. Bit of salad, souvlaki bread. Well, I'm gluten free. You missed one step, mate. There they are at the bottom of the pantry. Good old free from.
The cardboard.
Wallies. Cardboard wraps.
Yuck.
But I reckon we can go one step further. Because we're true.
That's my fridge, mate.
I know, but because we're true hard four-wheel drivers, you know, die-hard fans of the four-wheel driving industry. I think it's time for an Iron Jack. That's for you, sir.
Thank
Out
you.
of your own fridge.
Out of my own fridge.
That one's for me. How good's this? The CFX Dometic. Bought at the 4-wheel drive show. What do you rate it?
It's been good so far. I've only used it on a few trips, but it's been awesome.
Nice.
I use it at work a fair bit as well to keep the
keep your lunch cool and everything like that.
Well, mainly the tomato sauce for the pies and sausage rolls, but.
And you've also got the old iTech World. You got the 40 amp DC lithium battery 12-volt system. How's that?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I haven't really had any problems with it, but I'm not an electrician, so I don't really know what's what. The guy at the 4-wheel drive show.
Come on, mate, don't you love Iron Jack as much as I do? Come on.
That's the onion diced up. I'll put that on a little plate or in a bowl.
Now, mate, what's your secret ingredient of choice? You love a bit of the old mixed herbs, right?
Well, yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well, I've got it right here, ready to go.
I reckon give that an old, the old Shauno we call that, the gourmet style.
Yeah. Or when you think you've got enough, you've got to add 50% and then double it.
Which one's my beer? This one?
I don't know.
Righto, while you're doing that, I'm going to get these wraps ready. Oh, hang on.
Do you reckon that's enough?
Yeah, stir that in. Jesus Christ.
If I'm the only one having tomatoes, there's no need for any more, hey?
Well, I mean, you can chuck a couple in the bush for the rabbits.
Also got a bit of cheese we can use. Here's that.
Righto, chuck that on there. I'll get these old chestnuts out. I don't know about you, mate, but I'm starting to feel it. 0.9 standards, the Iron Jack bloody gets you.
Sure.
Righto, some of your professional stuff there. One for you, good sir.
Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this, get this out of the way.
Yep. Get that out of the way. Get that out of the way, we don't need that. Righto, got your diced onion. Give this a stir. Righto, now what sauce are we going to have with this? Your aioli, you said?
Yeah, normally you have tzatziki with...
Tzatziki, yeah, that's it.
But
Greek style.
I just got aioli because...
Heinz, my favourite, that one is.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty.
Alright, so we're about not too far away with this lamb. And Kean's just heating up the souvlaki breads. We've got all the veggies chopped up. Put it all together.
Which one's mine?
This one, that one's yours. Put it all together and then, cheers mate, by the way. Cheers. And then we'll get into it. Wrap the laughing gear around it.
Yeah, keep that going.
I reckon that's about cooked.
Yeah, almost there.
Almost there.
Let it golden up a little bit more.
Oh yeah, there's still a bit of red stuff.
Yeah, we got a bit there.
All jokes aside, the Iron Jack's pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's not too bad. They're pretty tasty.
All right, Kean, what was your highlight from today? We went out Robe to Beachport.
The highlight definitely would be
Think about it and then we'll do it again.
no, yeah. You can't just chop. My highlight of today would definitely be the recoveries we had to make on some fellow full drivers.
Yeah, they were pretty intense, weren't they, mate? A couple of, well, we met a Triton bogs, which is, I mean, pretty typical out here. And
Especially on the soft sand that we saw today.
And we had a couple of older style cars. Just the beach was just too soft, and just not really experienced. Some bloke's tyre deflator wasn't working, so his tyres were full pressures, which is a bit silly, but anyway.
Yeah, and he drove right down basically to the water.
He got swept
with
through a wave,
with the tide coming in.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was still plenty of fun.
Still a good trip. I liked doing the journey again, same as last year. Discovering different tracks and all that sort of stuff. That was really fun.
Yeah, nice.
But what do you say we get this tea sorted?
Yeah, well, this lamb's pretty much done.
Nice. Now I'll get the cheese out, because you know cheese is my favourite thing, other than salt, which you're also missing in this dish.
The salt's there, just it's not quite out yet.
Righto. Cheese, sir?
Yes, please. That's enough.
Well, that's enough for me there. Mum wouldn't like that one. G'day, Mum, if you're watching.
Do you want some salt?
Yes, please. Some of that sauce. Jesus, that's wet. You know it's wet when it makes that sound.
What the shit?
That'd be funny.
Yes, please. Don't hold back.
Nice and creamy. Right, a bit of the old salad. Never thought I'd say that in my life.
The old lettuce.
Oh my God.
It's the mixed herbs, isn't it?
No, not really.
What lettuce?
Yep. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. Righto, I reckon. Fold it up. Oh shit. Shit. Righto, let's have a bite, mate.
That's quite tasty.
That is very tasty. Now, grab that, mate. Yours is over there. Let's head off and sit around by the fire. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
The next day before we head home, we swing by a place called Salmon Hole. It's known for its great fishing, stunning lagoon, and steep sand dunes, which are so much fun.
it's been an awesome trip, awesome 6 days. We're all looking a bit sunburnt and a bit worn out, but
and a bit smelly.
A bit smelly, of course, but it's been a good trip. What would be your highlight?
I like Salmon Hole. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, this year we got to film a bit more, and we discovered this secret little cave as well. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah. What about you, mate?
My highlight was definitely the beach bonfire. Did we actually get that on film?
Oh, I think we got a couple of
photos at least.
Photos there.
But yeah, that was good fun. We just came down on the beach and filled up Dave's ute with some logs and some sticks, and we it was good fun.
We had about 25 people around the campfire, so that was pretty cool.
Had plenty of beers going around, so it's good fun.
Yep, no iron jacks to spare. Dave, what was your highlight for the trip, mate?
Mate, the entire thing was just unbelievable. I think the highlight for me was just seeing how much more capable my car actually is compared to last year. I think at this point last year I was sitting on about 5 bogs, and this year I only got bogged once. So hopefully, yeah, next year's even better. So yeah.
Yeah, nice, mate. It's good to hear. Benny, mate, 1 year later, what was your favourite thing this time around?
It's hard to pick, but I'm going to say the same as last year. I reckon the sand dunes are my favourite part. Just how it's just, you're going through a tight, narrow track, and then it just opens up to these massive dunes, and just being able to hang out, take in all the scenery, and get the boogie boards out, slide down them, just having a good time with everybody. I think that's what was the best for me.
Yeah, nice, and it's actually interesting to see with the weather and being on the coast, the dunes and the beaches have changed, so it's very different tracks to last time as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Ben has a point there with it is hard to pick. Everything that we've done on this trip has been absolutely outstanding and heaps of fun. I think everyone enjoyed themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's us, guys. 2024. Who knows where we'll be next year, but hope to see you there. Have a good one.
See you guys. Thanks for coming.
Beryl, whereabouts are we? What are we doing right now?
We're at Salmon Hole doing sand dune painted.
Sand dune painted. We're absolutely sending it on some sand dunes with some boogie boards.
And how'd we get here?
Through vehicular movement.
Yeah. Which you may or may not have been hanging out the roof of.
Yeah, you know, having a Jeep, you know, you have the luxury of being able to take the roof off whenever. So, you know, take use of the good weather. You just get the wind in the hair. You take the roof off, and you know it's just fantastic. You get the vibes going, get the roof off, get the wind in the hair, and it's just immaculate. You know?
And so it's not even 12 o'clock yet, or no, it's after 12 now, but you're still drunk from last night?
Yeah, maybe. And it's just all fun and games in the end if we're really talking about it. You know? I'm just in the mindset of trying to keep vibes high, you know. You just got to keep vibes high, keep the fun going, get everybody involved, keep the vibe checks high.
My highlight of today would definitely be the.
And go again because you're scratching your face.
I need to cut the lamb first.
Evan, what do you call this? Electrical tape. Nice.
No bulba. I needed to close the door first. It's not gonna seal.
Oh, that's funny.
Whoa! Whoa! See that? Settle down, ladies. Look at these. Do you want to interview me?
Yeah.
And ask me questions.
I don't know.
That was bloody fantastical.
You've been watching Aussie Travellers. Be sure to check out our adventures via social media, and don't forget to check us out on YouTube too.